What's up YouTube, it's Shanti Hall here, and I've decided I wanted to start to share my thoughts on a few players and teams in the Summer League. I'm going to try to watch at least 2 games on a player or team before I comment on them, but most of these guys are either rookies, sophomores, or undrafted free agents, so things could always change from what I say. With that being said, the team we're going to be talking about today is the Atlanta Hawks. In this past draft, they picked up Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, and Omari Spellman, but only Trae Young and Omari Spellman are playing in the Summer League. Another notable player on the team is rookie standout John Collins. Those 3 guys are really going to be my focus for this video, so I'm going to give you the numbers for them. Starting with Trae Young, he's averaging around 14 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's shooting 25% from the field, 12% from behind the 3-point line, and 66% from the free throw line. Moving on to Omari Spellman, in his first 2 games, he's averaging 10.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, shooting 35% from the field, and 33% from behind the 3-point line. Lastly, John Collins is averaging 14 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists. He's shooting 52% from the field, 16% from behind the 3-point line, and 55% from the free throw line. Alright, so now that you have the numbers, I want to start sharing my thoughts, starting with the big name, Trae Young. And he hasn't been great, but he hasn't been awful like I think some people are saying. To me, in these Summer League games, he's had 2 really big issues. The first of which being is that his shot selection is pretty awful. He's taking contested jump shots early in the shot clock, and he's pulling up from unnecessarily deep range. And even when he's extremely cold, he keeps taking these kinds of shots. I mean, I can see someone possibly telling him to continue to shoot through the slump, but at a certain point, especially in game 1 where he shot 1 for 11, you have to try to get to the rim. I will say I think he did a much better job of that in the second game, which actually brings me to my second point, which is that he didn't do a very good job finishing around the rim. He had a couple crafty reverse layups, but for the most part, when he went down there, he either blew it, got stripped, or got blocked. It seems like he's definitely going to need to continue to develop as a scorer to reach his full potential in the NBA. There were some bright spots for Trae Young though, specifically his playmaking ability really shined. Honestly, the assist numbers should be higher because he set some people up perfectly, but they just missed. I really think that he'll benefit from playing with some higher quality NBA players. One last thing about Trae Young is that he showed that he's a very solid ball handler and can beat the man in front of him that way. And that's really good to see because due to his size, he's already very limited in what he can do. Those are all my thoughts on Trae Young though. Now moving on to Omari Spellman. And honestly, I was really impressed by him. His game at times is compared to Draymond Green, and you can definitely see that. He showed that he has very solid defensive instincts, blocking shots and getting steals, and he also just brings a lot of intensity overall to that end of the floor. Something else that really impressed me was his ability to put the ball on the floor. To me, it seemed like he was a capable enough ball handler to bring the ball to the floor when he needed to. He was also able to find some success driving to the rim. The last thing I want to say about Omari is that he looks like he could become a decent shooter in the NBA. His form looks solid, and he did really well off of pick and pop scenarios. Overall, he looks like a great fit for what the Hawks are trying to build. Alright, so lastly, I want to talk about John Collins a bit. He's been great this Summer League as expected of him since he was all rookie second team last year. But I think a big thing for me is him playing this Summer League really shows how dedicated he is to improving. Something else that really impressed me though is the amount of threes that he was taking. It's not like he was really knocking them down or anything, but if he gets comfortable with that shot, he becomes a much more versatile player. And also him being able to stretch the floor will really help him move into the system I think Atlanta's trying to go to. That's really it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like. If you enjoy NBA videos and want to see more about the Summer League, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys next time.